And then we'll move on to our agenda. Anybody have any pecuniary or financial interest to declare? You've had an opportunity to see the minutes of the 24th of August, open and closed. Any errors? I've entertained a motion then.
Moved by Debbie Swinsky, second by Carl Peel, motion to approve minutes of special meeting held on August 20, public and special meeting held on August 24th, 2021, open and closed.
All those in favor? It's carried. Okay, there's a list of the meetings in front of you. So because we're going back to our 2 meetings a month, I told our fire chief that he'd only have to attend 1 meeting like he did before. And that would be the next meeting. And if there was anything of urgency or something he felt he needed to meet with council, then he'd attend both. Otherwise, you won't see him till the next meeting. So Dean, why don't you give us your report?
Sure. Our single surface treatment tender, KHR 02-2021, has been completed on the section on Mask Road and Turner's Road as well. The tender for Church Street has started today. They're doing ditching and culverts this week, and paving most likely not till the end of this month. The 2 culverts on Heritage Road was completed today. We had an excavator in, a contractor. That section of the road where we put the culverts in was closed for about 8 hours. Just couldn't put the 2 culverts in with the traffic going through, so we shut that road down for about 9 hours. Mountain View probably tomorrow, and Wilmo North, depending on weather, how much it rains. Our other summer student is left us now, so he's gone back to university. Just doing regular routine maintenance on the roads, coal patching, etc. From the previous meeting there's council in front of you had the diagram for the crosswalk.
Oh, yeah.
Nathan from the county of Renfrew had sent an email to me there. Said the layout, it consists of paint on the road, signage, and rectangular rapid flashing beacons. He wasn't sure of the price for the cost of it. So he told me that Whitewater was putting in 3 of them this year. I contacted Whitewater and he never got back to me. That was today because I was on holidays last week. So he never got back to me on the price, but there's going to be paint on the road, signage, and rectangular rapid flashing beacons.
So probably around 5. It was more than that. We put one in at, when I was on the board for Shaw Woods, we put one in there, and it was like, we did a share, you know, half and half. It was at least $8,000, but
that one has flashing lights indicating, so when they push a button, it'll start flashing.
okay, and that's
And
not,
signs quite a ways down the road.
Okay. And that's more complicated than this.
Yeah, this is just going to be, well, what we were talking about is just paint. And maybe a sign at each end, courtesy crosswalk.
Okay, what's the lights they were talking about then?
Yeah, it says the rectangular rapid flashing beacon. So that'd be on top.
So they need.
So that is,
That's what the email said there from Nathan. They'll still have to do that study to see, like, put a traffic count there to see how much traffic comes through town and stuff.
and now are they saying that they would pay for it? Or are they saying we have to pay for all of it?
Oh, we'd have to pay.
We have to pay for it, but I think they maintain.
We'd have to
We
maintain paint
maintain
and
it
stuff.
as well.
But I don't know the price level. The manager yet from.
Let's go use spec. Okay, so maybe, yeah, if you can keep pursuing it and bring it back to the next meeting, council, is that okay then? We'll just wait to hear what the cost is. Now, is somebody waiting to hear back from us? No, eh? Okay. It was the principal. Yeah. Okay, she hasn't said, if she calls me, I'll say we're looking for more information. Okay, Dean, did you go ahead?
Actually, that's it for my role.
Okay, yes,
If they put a crosswalk in, we're gonna have crossing guards there. Those are walking across.
yeah, they won't, the school board no longer pays for that. They asked the municipality to pay for the crossing guards. Some municipalities said no and some do it. It was about $2,000 or $3,000 a year, I think. It's 5 days a week at noon and after school.
So this is down at the public school or this?
It's the public school that's asking for this.
That is a bad. But you would
Well-
have to have crossing guards.
Yeah,
I think.
you don't think this would be enough?
I don't.
I believe we really, we have to protect our kids, but the school board has to be responsible for some of this stuff. Why do municipalities have to take, everybody says no now, and then they all turn to the municipality and think we have to pay for those things.
We give them enough money.
Pardon me?
We give them enough of our money.
We sure do. And then, then they're sending a note to us saying, you guys pay for it. And I know, like, I've had this argument with people at county council. I say, I don't think we should be paying for crossing guards. Are they our employees then, this is all stuff that, and again, I believe the school board has a responsibility. That's their mandate to look after those kids. So anyways, just a thought. I was wondering who I was talking to. It was you. Okay, council, any questions for Dean? Okay, we do have the bills and nobody has.
No, that's
Oh.
the budget.
Okay, that's why you didn't swear. Okay, let me see. I don't think there was anything else, Dean, that so Danny told me he got in touch with Florence Mass because she had a concern, so he looked after all of that.
That was in the works anyway this year, we're gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mask Road there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, yeah.
We did the hill in the springtime there just because it
Yeah,
was really chewed up there.
yeah, and it's chewed up even,
For sure.
yeah, the road's chewed up pretty good.
Yeah.
I had a call from Red Rock Road when we were on holidays, someone took down a stop sign or something. Did Danny? fix
I
it?
would imagine,
We took this, which stop sign? I'm all tongue
Down
tied.
on Red Rock Road,
Mhm.
just Rob Norris called me,
Oh, okay.
and I phoned Danny and left a message.
so he was up there.
Okay.
I'm sure.
I checked, their car, the sign is up.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Fast service. See, that's our works department. Did everybody hear that?
Something that has to be on the meeting.
Well, yeah, we see a stop sign.
Well, that's, what happened to North Algonah. They was half an hour, the sign was down. They got sued. Well, somebody got killed, so they got sued because the sign wasn't.
I remember the Simpsons Pit Road, it just flipped backwards one time.
Yeah, that's a big
That's big here.
trouble for us. Somebody think it's funny to do that, and then somebody get killed, like, just unbelievable, but anyways, okay. Anything else for Dean? Dean, anything else for us? Oh,
Was it the hydro finally took that tree down on the Red Rock Road there?
No.
You just took it down?
Nope, it was the wind.
Well, the wind took it down.
isn't that the
I
best?
contacted them, I do believe it was in June or May, the end of
Which is
May.
May, yeah.
May, I guess it was. And yeah, they had looked at it because that guy's over there cold patching and they never did nothing. But no, they had to come out that night. Because it fell across the lines and they had to fix it.
That's the
Was it
thing
our
that's
tree?
gonna happen.
No. It was leaning across, like it was leaning across or whatever. And we couldn't touch it because it was like the hydro and stuff there.
Oh, and the highway.
The hydro, and John had mentioned that to myself and I contacted hydro. And
There was two lines running to two different cottages there.
Okay,
no, it wasn't us.
No.
Like we did go there and clean it up after hydro. was
I like
out
to
there.
hear where it's not at. Okay, anybody? Anything else for Dean? Okay,
You brought up the budget here?
I didn't, I brought up the budget? I
You asked
put
what
it in
was, and
everybody's.
that was good.
Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
ask what, in 220,
What page are you on?
I'm
Rob?
on page 19,
Okay,
number 1/4 dash, right, fourth from the bottom.
Fourth from the bottom.
Loggers event. $2,350 and we didn't have it last year.
But there was advertising. I forget what's in there.
So I just noticed, because we didn't have the loggers event, was $2,350.
Well, we bought stuff,
hold
didn't
it,
we?
we had the loggers
Got
event,
axes
we
and-
had the loggers event in 2020.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we did because the COVID-19 hit in March of
Right after.
2020.
Okay.
2021 is when we didn't have it, so if you look, there's only
Yeah, that's the right, we spent that in
$153, that's right.
2020.
2021
Yeah, you're
was
right.
153.
That's right,
We didn't spend, yeah, 153 in 2021.
because we canceled and stuff, because we would have had to advertise, we canceled the
Yeah, we
event.
advertised that there was none.
Yeah, January.
Boy, that's a
was
quick-
long.
Another quick. No wonder you're.
Sometimes I'm on the
No
ball.
wonder you're now.
Sometimes.
But I went through the whole thing.
Okay, anything else for Dean, so we can excuse him? Thank you very much, Dean. You have a nice night.
Thank you.
Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, it was good.
Too short, eh? Okay, Chris, why don't you go ahead?
Okay, so the digital duck race,
You put your report, a report on your desk, guys,
Yeah.
just so you know what he's talking about, okay.
so the digital duck race, finally came to an end there. The water levels were safe enough to participate in the race and not get swept out to Golden Lake. We had first place Carolyn Kearney, with duck 1010, second place Penny Bernard with, 363, and third place Karen Dupuy. We got a lot of really good reviews about the video. Lots of people loving the shenanigans and the,
Good.
fun stuff, so
Good stuff.
glad to be able to do that. This one, I'm really excited about the Frisbee Golf grand opening. We're getting a lot of really good feedback about this. A lot of people are really excited to play this new sport and try it out. So I think at the very least, we're gonna have lots of people checking that out. Just a reminder, the barbecue is September 11th from 1 to 3 at Round Lake Park, and we're gonna be having a barbecue to try to hopefully get some people to come in and sign up for our fall program. As well as just check it out, because it's a fun new sport that a lot of people haven't tried out. Number 3, park use, you'll see on page 2 that I received a request from Caroline Brown for September 19th from 1 to 4 p.m. to use Station Park for Sunday hymn sing. There is a little bit of an issue with this, number 1 being that I'm away. It's my brother's wedding. They've requested to use the PA system. So I won't be there to be able to monitor that or the event. And so they would be looking at doing a similar music in the park kind of style event, but with a Sunday hymn group, and that'd be a one-time thing from 1 to 4. So they're looking for permission from council to be able to do that. Item number 4, the newsletter, it's gonna be out this week. We had a bit of a delay again from too much content. So if you turn to page 3, I've actually gone through and I'm gonna request to council that I be able to do this for 2022 and the rest of 2021. We're consistently getting more content than I could put in that newsletter, and it's causing a lot of problems in the back end because I'm trying to cut everything down and make it smaller, and then it ends up that I still don't have enough room. I do have it in my budget to do this newsletter, so I went ahead and did that. But I don't have it in my budget for November and December, and I'm looking for council's approval for 2022 to go ahead and do this. I've broken it down. We haven't changed the cost of advertising in our newsletter since 2013, at least from the very start. It's $100 for a year, which is a wicked deal. And so I'm asking basically to subsidize the cost of the extra increase by charging $170. I have been purposely only extending the ads month to month and not year to year, anticipating that this would happen. So there are no contracts that are extending into 2022. So come 2022, I can officially start this, where basically the back page would just be ads. And that would subsidize the increased cost, which would be roughly around $2,000 for the extra 4 pages. And that would subsidize the cost. So what I'm asking for from council is permission to spend additional cost for this newsletter for November and December, and then to get permission for 2022 to be able to do the full year with the subsidization. Number 5, if you turn to page 4, you'll see this is what the program that I was talking about before, History Calling. This is a partnership with Seniors Without Walls, the Heritage Society, as well as the library. And basically what it is it's a telephone interface. So people will call in over the phone from anywhere. And basically we're going to stage a conversation. We have worked with Amanda Lab from the Seniors Without Walls to basically create a couple stories about Killaloon area to kind of get the conversation started, but we're hoping that it will naturally get people talking about their stories about living around in this area. And hopefully in the future, we'll create a group of people that would want to get together and try to do more historical things here in the municipality. So the dates for that are September 23rd and October 12th, and all the information is there, how you can call in. And you basically just set in a passcode, just like you would for a office Zoom or a phone in for Zoom. It's basically the same thing. So we're hoping that we'll get a lot of people talking about history and stuff like that. Page number 5, the Eganville Leader. It came out a little bit pixelated, but it doesn't look like that in my program and the ad that I sent out. But this is the ad for the fall that we normally do. And then finally, number 7, Songs to the Park. Last week was the History Buffs. Awesome group. If you've never seen them, I highly recommend it. They're quite a comedic group. And this week is going to be Wilson Delport on Friday.
And you're back
September
on
10th.
Friday then.
We're back on the Fridays, yes.
Okay. All right.
And that's my report.
We'll start at number 1. Any comments or questions on number 1? Number 2? Now, number 3, the policy has been that we do not give our PA system out to anybody. And we've turned other people down, just so you know when you're considering that. We could consider it if Chris was here, because we know then it's in his hands, nothing gets. But without Chris, I would recommend, they can use the park and they're welcome, they'll just have to use it without sound system. So that's my recommendation. We let them tell them they can use the park, but we're not prepared to give them our sound system. Those that agree with me, pick your hand up. Thank you. So Chris, no system, but they can go ahead and use the park.
Okay.
The newsletter, and Chris is asking for a bit more money. He's telling us it'll be recouped with the ads that'll be in those extra pages.
So, what's the extra cost for the 2 months?
I believe it's I'm trying to cut that. Sorry, I should have put it in there.
Probably.
I think it's $175
Per month?
per month per issue. We calculate, as you can see, we calculated in there before. Last time I didn't do that, but I included the shipping. Before, when I proposed that last time, I didn't. So it's with the shipping, it'll probably be, no, the shipping's already included. So it's just the 172. So it's not, it's just because I consistently am getting now on a regular basis, which is good, more
That's
than I
good.
can possibly put in. And I think it's just going to continue moving forward for the rest of the time. So.
Any other questions before I call for the vote on giving him approval to go ahead with the extra? Okay, those in favor of going ahead with the extra? Okay, that's a go. The ad for the number 5, seniors. Any questions on the seniors?
I just have a quick one, Madam Mayor, if I
Yeah.
may, and this is just me. So the phone number at the bottom, where you're asking people to dial in 613-432, is that a long distance number from here? Because that's a red group number. And that's just a word of caution that if you're gonna have some people dialing in that don't have long distance and stuff like that, you know, seniors and stuff like that. I don't even know if my parents have long distance on their phone anymore. It's
It
just
says there's a 1-800.
Yeah, there is
but
a 1-800.
yeah, just to, you know, for people, but if they look at that one, to register or call yourself into the program, just so that they're aware that, you know, use the 1-800 number if they're, you know,
Okay.
yeah,
This is a template, so I can actually add that in.
Add that.
Yeah.
So more clear.
yeah, just to,
Anybody else on that one? Okay, the e-fall Discover Valley, any comments, questions on that? And then the songs from the park, this will be the last one.
Nope, there's actually 2 more. We are going to the 24th of September, so we have Mimi O'Bonaswin the week after this. And then we have Clint DeGarry for the 24th for our last show.
Okay. Any comments on number 7? The report as a whole? Okay, Chris, thank you very much.
Thank
got
you.
your-
So where is this weekend?
Okay, Sue, you're up.
Okay, there's a resolution they need for surplus land shoreline for.
Will you have that in front of somebody?
yeah, is that the,
That'll be for first and second reading then?
Yeah, well, first you're gonna declare surplus,
Oh, okay.
and then it'll.
Yes, then we'll do it at the bylaws. Okay, go ahead.
Moved by Carl Peel, second by Ted Brown, and Councilman Townsend facilitated the distance. hereby declares the property described as following as being surplus to the needs of the municipality, part 154 on plan 49R 19848, being part of shoreline road lines along Round Lake, fronting lot 11, concession to geographic township of Hill and Higgins, Cook County.
All those in favor? That's carried.
All right, the next thing I have is the green burial.
Yes.
So they're.
We need to get a date.
They're requesting, so.
Okay, so, did we send that to council?
It's on their desk tonight.
Okay.
Robbie sent it to us, you and I.
Yeah, and I sent it.
So I told them we have to find a date, and the date that I recommended, of course, that's the date they can come.
Yeah,
So we need to find a date. The thing that I'm thinking, Councilman, you can correct me, I don't know that we want to do this during a regular meeting. It may take a lot of time. I mean, it's okay with you if you guys want to sit through that during a regular meeting. I thought it should be a different meeting.
Yeah.
So I tried to tag it in with something else, but they can't do it that night. So what if we just call a special meeting that it suits them, and council will come and hear what they have to say. They obviously have asked, they're gonna be asking us for something, so I think we need the time and the flexibility to ask questions. But if you think we should do it during a regular meeting, it's just that it could be an hour and a half that we're talking. So council, show me your hands that you'd like it to be a special meeting. Okay, all right, so let's pick a date that suits, and
so he's in his email, he's given a bunch of dates that don't suit.
that don't. Okay, so I'm gonna read some dates, and then council, you tell me if it suits, and then we'll go to his list, okay? Today's the seventh. 23rd,
We're looking at the evening, right?
yes, because Teddy's words.
That's September.
23rd of September.
Did you say it doesn't work for you? Okay.
Okay, 22nd, you're awake? Okay, what about the 22nd?
That okay with them? Yeah.
Everybody okay with the 22nd?
Yeah.
No?
I want to hear 22nd.
Okay, let's do something else then. County council, okay, what about, that's too long of a day. How about the 30th of September? No.
Staff holiday.
Staff holiday.
It's the.
And we haven't given it to you.
No, but it's down for discussion, and that's my
So that
next
was
day.
supposed to be our emergency plan.
That's the emergency plan, okay?
Well, I'm not real excited about getting that holiday.
But it's in our HR policy.
Yeah, but we can take it.
Okay. I'm just saying.
That's in the evening? We don't know
I
yet.
don't know.
Okay, a long weekend in October. Okay, what about the 5th of October? At night?
That's a regular meeting.
Oh.
The fifth, first, the second.
Can't do that.
What about the 4th of September?
September or October?
October. October 4th, everybody okay? Are they okay?
Give me October dates, so there's no October dates on here.
Oh. I'm gonna do that.
Nothing next week, Madam Mayor?
No, anyway.
Week after, 20th,
Yeah, but then he was away.
from the 20th?
Well, what was the
20th is
20th?
a Monday.
Your way, John?
No,
John's away the 22nd and Ted's away the 23rd.
Okay, let's try the 20th at 7 o'clock.
Is that okay
Is
for?
that okay with him? With,
Yeah.
okay, how about the 20th?
That's election day.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's not gonna change nothing.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I have to vote.
Okay, we're back in county council, then we go
What time
to.
does the polls close?
First
a
one.
He
Friday.
doesn't have any October dates, though.
That's a
Oh.
Friday.
Yeah, but let's give an October date so that
The 27th, what about 27th, 28th? 29th?
No, 29th is not good,
Well, I had the 29th.
Yeah,
but
they're not-
they don't.
Well, they should,
27th, 28th, work for you, to be honest.
No, I'm away.
That's in
We had to
September?
change the emergency. Well, I'm back on the 28th. What if we did the 28th at night?
yeah,
How did that work for Robbie? 28th, September,
7 P.M.
7 PM?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And that's a special meeting. Okay, that sounds good. Anything else, Sue?
A resolution appointing Kate Merton and Andy Troll to the library board.
Okay, so, council, we got 2 applications for, board members for the library, and Debbie and I met and we reviewed the applications, and we found both of them are good applicants. So we are recommending both of them to council tonight, for consideration to appoint them to the library board. We can always use new members there, and, it makes for a healthier board. So, would you go ahead, please, Sue?
Moved by Debbie Kaplinski, seconded by Carl Kale, that the following people are hereby appointed to the board of the Kilburn Area Public Library effective immediately. Kate Merton and Andy Troll.
Discussion? Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor? Good, thank you. Carried. So we'll notify Nicole and both Andy and Kate.
Yeah.
And then we're meeting on Wednesday, so we can, you know, if nobody knows by then, we'll let them know.
Should they be invited? That's what Nicole
Yes.
had asked me.
Yeah, I think we should invite them in. Yeah, they're members as of right now, so
Yeah.
yes, please
Okay.
invite them.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
Yes, the CAO call on September 3rd, and one of the items that did come up was the statutory holiday for September the 3rd. Now, it is in our HR policy, which I gave you a copy of. Which it says,
Yeah, right here.
right there, it says, I highlighted in yellow, that any date declared by the federal provincial.
Yeah,
Any other day proclaimed hereafter by the federal or provincial government is recognized as an additional holiday.
Okay.
So, sorry, I was
Go ahead,
gonna say
go ahead.
the majority of the CAOs have that same statement in their policy because we just.
Yeah, I'll copy the county one.
That's right, so, and the majority are giving them the date.
Okay. Council, I'll open it for discussion.
So what does
This
this all represent?
is the healing and the indigenous,
Yes, but it's for healing and reconciliation.
yeah. And I believe that, I believe that they should have a holiday, but I don't know that every person in Canada should.
Is this the federal or is this?
Federal.
It's federal.
Yeah,
And we,
we don't have to, we
like
don't,
our employees remembrance day.
no, no.
So our employees don't get the money.
That's 11, they have 11 stats set up.
Yeah, there's like, that hurts business, but it's only public places, right? They're not saying it for everybody. No, okay.
Just be all federal.
Yeah, we were given the day. Yeah.
But
we don't get family day.
yeah, with family day is mandatory, so we have to do that, but
Yeah.
this one is up to council, or it's strictly up to council whether you want to give the day.
It's a Thursday as well.
It's the 30th then.
Yes, the
We were
30th.
given this day, I would know why we would. Saying with remembrance day.
But Remembrance Day is not.
No, it's not a mandatory.
No, because I don't have
It's
it.
a federal holiday.
I don't have it.
Only federal employees get
Yeah,
that.
but I work for the
See,
federal.
this
And I
says-
haven't, I haven't been given,
Contract.
I worked for I worked for the ACL before in CNL and I never, ever had Remembrance Day.
And so now they're a corporation,
Pardon?
All federal places. closed.
but you're not a federal,
I used to be.
That's
and-
right.
But I still didn't have it on.
okay,
What they did is they
maybe you're.
changed, no, they changed that, and what they did is, there was two
stat holidays that they, that were, and I'm not gonna say questionable if you wanna call it that word, but there was Remembrance Day was one, and I can't remember what the other one is, but what they did is they gave the employees 3 floating holidays that they could use whenever they wanted. Basically, it was like 3 extra vacation days that everybody got. And
For no reason?
basically, it's to use whenever,
Okay.
yeah.
We're giving actually 2 weeks in the office stats now. Where it was-
No, yeah, that's right. I guess I'll remind council that, Easter Monday is not a holiday.
That's the one. that they-
Easter Monday is not a holiday, but we on council decided to give it to our staff. So I
Victoria
think
Day,
we've been very generous.
Victoria Day is never, is it?
Yeah, Victoria Day is a holiday.
Yeah,
May.
for everybody.
That's August?
No, May,
Hey,
When, oh, what's the.
Civic.
August civic,
civic holiday.
that's,
That's, that you don't have to pay either,
no, I don't feel.
and we pay that. Okay, council, again,
I know every.
I have no problem with, consideration of, calling that a special day. Should we be giving it, off to everybody? There's a big cost to that, and we could recognize the day, but, for that purpose, but it's, whether every Canadian should get a holiday, I think. If we are, if we were to look at every very, very special issue that exists in the world today, we'd be giving a lot of holidays away. You know, there's lots of different things going on that we have to recognize, and lots of different groups. And we do it for one, we do it for all, is what I believe in. So there's other ways of recognizing that day. I don't think a holiday is the proper one, but that's just my personal feelings. And it's a good reason, I mean, wellness and those things, but let's declare that day that, but people can still go to work and have a feeling of that day. Yes?
We give 11 staff days now, plus 12-day leave entitlement.
Yeah.
So that's, well,
24 days.
24 days, that's.
Is there any other
Well, that's
questions
a
or
month.
anybody have any other comments? Am I going the wrong way? Do you guys disagree?
That's a month.
it's a hard one. I don't know. I think if they would have gone with like the way Remembrance Day has done it, but
And the same reason was given back then that we shouldn't give Remembrance Day to people. It's
Yeah, I
a special day but you don't have to recognize with a day off. It can be, Remembrance Day is known everywhere, but only very few people get it off. And, but it's still, everybody knows Remembrance Day is a special day. We all know that, but we still have to go to work. And so we could recognize September 30th as a special day, but whether or not people shouldn't work on that day, there's a cost to taxpayers when we do that. And both federally, provincially, and municipally and county, all of that cost. And why can't we just recognize it as a special day? Because we believe in what it stands for. But for us to actually give a holiday, but it is council's decision, 100%. I'm gonna go around. Stanley, yes or no?
No,
Carl?
no.
Deb?
I'm gonna say yes.
Ted?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I just,
John?
No.
Brian?
Yes.
You're the bad girl.
I guess I have to go by what I said. And again, it's not in any way to slight anything about September the 30th. I have no problem declaring that day and that the federal government do that. I think it's very important that we acknowledge that, but if we do it for one, we have to do it for all groups. Secondly, Remembrance Day is recognizing all the men and women who died to protect Canada and are still dying to protect Canada. And we don't give that day off, so, but we recognize the importance of that day, and I think that could be done the same with this, so I'm gonna vote no.
I'm a big believer
For me,
that. I'm a big believer that Remembrance Day should be everything shut down,
I agree,
Oh, yeah.
just like this last week.
because it's the veterans and,
That's
okay, I agree, but this is different.
Yeah, so we can do it this way and maybe we'll see something different next year. Can be changed. No,
No, I'm saying it with my no.
no, I mean.
Oh.
No, yes.
Oh, yeah, you stand by the vote.
Maybe next year
Yes, of course.
we see something.
And then, again, there's the importance of that day is, there was a tragedy but there's other groups out there that have the same issues that they feel are just as important. And where do you stop? Where do you begin and where do you stop? So I believe in acknowledging it absolutely, and the federal government should do that and honor that day as they do Remembrance Day. But until they change the rules, I'm gonna vote no for our staff. And it doesn't affect anybody else except our staff. So to taxpayers out there, I'm not disallowing it for anybody else but the people that work for our township. Okay, anything else, Sue?
Yeah, they talked about workplace vaccination policy.
yeah.
So this item is still up for discussion. The only municipality so far to pass the. policy is
Mandatory?
Southern Alberta.
Yeah.
So.
She's a registered manager. Yeah, they're talking.
Yeah,
So
man.
I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true or not, that, so it is declared by the premier that healthcare workers in hospitals
Yes.
have to be vaccinated.
Yes.
So it appears they're, yeah, and so they've either laid off or they dismissed people because they won't go.
So we talked about it as a group, and so we're waiting for directions from the health unit.
Okay.
Most of the.
Again, it might be left to council,
It might be, yeah, we don't know.
so
yet.
we have to decide whether we make it mandatory or not. That's yet another big decision,
Yeah.
big decision.
You
Okay.
might find more on the 9th when Dr. Christian's
He's talking to us.
talking to us.
Okay,
Office openings, majority are open to the public, but there are still people who don't let them in one at a time and all that stuff. Meetings are still mixed. County is going back to virtual now for
Yeah.
September. and
so I'll
October.
explain. So we had our first meeting in person at county council last Wednesday. And then after, so we were then going to be getting to have all our committee meetings in person and our meetings in person. Then about 2 days later, we got an email from our warden saying that Mike Nolan, the director of paramedic services, recommended to her that we not do that. The variant is very much out there and he fears that we could let it get away on us. So she has gone back now. We will be doing it by Zoom. So all the meetings have returned. We're not going to be doing them in person. So then I asked Sue what this other CAOs felt about that, and she said it's mixed, right?
Yeah.
So council's wishes, leave the public come in one at a time and whatever is existing now. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. And meetings, we still won't allow any public in unless they've called before and we find out what it is, and then council, normally the mayor decides whether that delegation is allowed with the CAO. So is that still okay with all of you?
Yeah.
The most CEOs saying their delegations are still virtual.
They're not letting them in the door.
Yeah. So, I mean, something.
Well, there is a safety factor. We do have to protect our staff and
Yeah.
each other
Agreed.
and the person that's coming in. Okay.
The only other thing on your desk, I did a webinar today on cannabis operations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We all have that in your package?
Yeah, I put it on the desk.
Okay. So has anybody got any questions or did you not have an opportunity to have a look at it? No? Okay, well then if you have any, you could bring it back next time, okay? All right, severances, committee reports. AMO,
That's the only correspondence. Oh, well, actually, I put one on your.
yeah,
desk.
here. So that's the AMO policy on proof of vaccination certificates. Did everybody get a copy of that?
And then on your desk would be all of the G's newsletter.
Okay, anything on that? All right. All right, so bylaws, then let's go to the one that we just did. So we'll have first and second reading on the Bailey Shoreline Road Allowance.
It's only first and second.
Okay, yeah.
Moved by John Jeffrey, second by Brian Petrowski, motion for first and second reading of bylaw 33/2/2021. Being a bylaw to provide for the stopping up and closing as part of the original shoreline road fronting lot 11, concession to the being parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 on plan 49R 198 Township of Killen, Figure, Richards County of Brent.
All those in favor? Council, first reading short,
Bylaw 33/2021.
discussion? Second reading short?
Bylaw 33/2021.
Okay, discussion? Okay, next meeting we'll have our third. Okay, let's move on then to new business. Any new business? Stanley?
I got a phone call from Rob Norris. And I guess he has discussed with his group there, the Randwick Property Owners Association. He was wondering if that it sounds like they want to put the biggest part of the bill, if we want to do something about this screen there to help those cars and trucks come pulling their boats up out of the ramp.
Yes, boat ramp.
Oh, the around lake, yes, okay.
So he said that he would be willing to come out and talk, maybe at the next meeting if it was suitable. And then the Dean was here and we could chat, we could discuss on what kind of material would be best to use and how we would anchor it there.
Okay, and Stanley, I'm sorry, I apologize for the stupid question, but what is it that we're gonna be doing there? That's to help the boats, right?
It's like a mesh to hold
Okay.
the vehicles from sinking in the sand. when they
Okay,
Back off of our cement that's there.
is there other places that have it? How good is it?
Well, we were gone with Dean, I had to have a look out, I can't even think of the name of that stupid lake again, but it's out there in,
Oh, at Greater Madawaska,
yeah.
okay.
And they have literally lifted that whole thing out of there, they've shut the boat launch down. So I don't know, I mean, there are a lot of places up north that have it, but where, I wouldn't want to.
Well, if they're putting them in, I guess they must be working or they wouldn't.
Well,
be
they definitely do work, it's, but these here, the stuff I seen, I'm sure it comes in a roll. It's kind of designed, you must have seen those metal floor mats, you know,
Yes, yes,
that roll up.
yeah, I've seen that.
That's kind of the same material. And it's just rolled out there. And it has to be somehow
Anchored,
anchored there that it doesn't
yes.
spin away, you know?
Because
But-
if those trucks and that would be, I don't know, what, burling on it, okay, wouldn't that tear it up and like
No,
you'd have to
no,
have a
no,
really good.
They're not actually going to burn on it, they're gonna pull ahead. It's, the problem is, when they're down in that soft sand, as soon as
Then they have
that wheels turn, they're going this way,
Yeah.
and then they're stuck.
Okay, do you know what the cost of that is?
I have no idea, but I'm sure Rob is doing some research
Oh,
on
okay,
it.
okay, good. Well,
And he was thinking of maybe getting it built here like a North American, I think. We should be looking at, there gotta be some places where it's already
Made.
a finished product.
we need special permit to put it in the water?
Apparently not.
Okay. All right, well, I don't know that he has to come in person. I think we could maybe entertain giving him, a little bit of time, What about if we entertained having him at the strategic planning meeting and he could do a 15-minute spiel? And then we wouldn't make a decision till the next meeting, but at least we could have his presentation.
That's right.
Council, you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Anybody disagree with, oh, sorry, Brian?
I'm just thinking it'd be nice to get some kind of feedback from some places that have used it, just to, does it work or
Well,
not?
Stanley said he's doing research. so
Well,
we-
I've seen them put it there in some pretty ungodly looking holes, up around that Locklock area, eh? And there's cars and trucks backing in there, and like they're coming up like this, it's steep. Walk out of that like nobody's business, but they're not going
Down.
into the sand, they're sitting on top. All that is to hold that vehicle from sinking into the dirt.
So I just,
And the M and R allows that to be put in without any permit or anything?
that's what she said.
It was obviously an M and R boat launch that it was in up there at Greater Madawaska, so.
Again, I'm not a,
I mean, that's certainly what you have to ask that question. Yeah.
see, because to me, this is just my thinking. So you put something out like that and you drive down it, but if you're coming up, it still displaces that sand. So, you know, no, oh, it won't displace the sand, okay.
It's on top of the sand, you're on top of that.
Okay,
It's so wide that
it doesn't allow it to displace, okay.
I think it's just like, just put in mind, if you were walking through 3 feet of snow with a pair of rubbers on, and then you put a set of snowshoes on, it'd be much easier walking with the snowshoes, because you don't.
Absolutely, it's this big, yeah,
Far
okay.
away, so it's.
To his point, yes. Okay, well, would council agree then to have him talk to us for, give him 15 minutes on the date of the strategic plan? Monday. On Monday,
Yeah.
right at the start, we can have him talk to us about, that is really, that would be our answer to our prayers if that would work.
Well, the thing is, they're whining and they want us to dredge.
Yeah, you
And
can't
that is
dredge.
not going to work there, because the first, wind that you get, like, even 20 kilometers an hour, you know, you get that wave
Yeah.
effect. But that hole is full,
Yeah, I agree.
and I don't care, you can line it with cement, and then you have a cement lining there that's, has 4 feet of sand in it. It's still coming, there's no stopping it.
Okay, so Stanley, would you invite Rob then, or would you like
I can
Sue
talk
to
to
do
him.
that? So it would be 9 o'clock on September the 13th.
Then I got one other item here, I got a phone call from, the people there from the veterinary services. And they're having their meeting on September the 21st at 7 o'clock.
Are you available?
So that's our next meeting.
So you can't be available.
So I just go to ask if you want me to go there or you want me to be here. So the council's decision.
Where is it gonna be held?
Council.
Council,
there.
well, I like to have somebody there, but I mean, it's not the end of the earth. We would get a report back.
How often do
Well,
they
Sally,
meet?
how do you feel? What if we left it to you to decide?
It
If
don't
you-
make a bit of difference to me, I can go either way, but
How often do they meet?
Once a year.
once a year.
And it just happens, eh?
Well, the important that's down there, I think, but
Yeah, if you don't mind, maybe you should go.
I can do that.
Council, you're okay with that, everybody? Okay, so would you please attend and just keep in mind that you won't be here.
as long as we'll still.
Yeah,
Everybody else. is going.
everybody else is gonna be.
Is
there.
everybody else gonna be here?
Yeah. Not a hunting season, it is season.
Okay, everybody else is gonna be here. Okay, Stanley, we'd appreciate if you'd attended that.
Okay, I'll go down there.
Anybody else have any new business? Okay, we do have an issue. Oh, no, sorry, or old business, sorry, new or old business. You should have old in there. Okay, go ahead.
So I've got quite a few calls, and this is old, it's been brought up last couple of meetings from Rob Pianta.
Yes,
He's still looking for a second letter. And we want to state that that road was on township map at one time. And he wants it sent to, I believe it's Steve Clark,
Mhm.
and CC to Attorney General.
yeah,
Does that sound
yeah,
right?
that's right, yeah.
What's his name?
The Attorney General, I can't remember.
Nothing.
Downey. Is it man or a woman?
Dave Down.
Okay. So I will remind council, we've talked about this, this will be the 4th or 5th time, we voted on it and it's been no, but let's open it up again, it's up to council.
From what I've told, he might have somebody switch their mind, so that's why.
He has talked to somebody, so they switched their mind, okay?
There's,
There's only one person that could have switched their mind. One or two of you, because we voted, Carl and Debbie and I voted no. Stanley voted yes. You voted yes, one of you voted yes, and one of you voted no.
Well, see, he phoned me and he said all he wanted was what he said to Teddy, he felt all your letter. And I said, I can't see anything wrong with it.
With which letter?
Follow up letter.
Follow up letter.
That's what we were talking about the last 3 times we talked about it, and we decided that the township has no business in there. We shouldn't be telling anything about that road because we have no interest in the road. So you voted,
well, we should
then
not
it's you
take
that
interest
changed your
in
mind.
it because the man is paying taxes on a piece of property that he literally can't get.
he is being taxed on the fact that he cannot get there. So it's not like he's being taxed that he's landlocked, that's the way it is. So he's not paying the normal amount of taxes, okay? And he lost in court, Stanley. If he would have won, I have no, or whatever, but he's lost twice. Somebody out there doesn't agree with what's going on there.
Well,
But if John has changed his mind, I'm not gonna get all worked up about it. I think it's absolutely the worst thing we could possibly do, and our lawyer has told us that. But if John has changed his
But I
mind,
can't see anything wrong with the follow up letter.
saying that,
What was ever wrote on the first letter, he just.
no, he wants a different
He wants a
letter.
different letter.
Okay,
He wants a different letter, nothing to do what we did the first time. He has
well,
a
if
different,
anybody looks at that township map,
I don't care about the township map. It's not a municipal road and it's not in our interest.
we have.
So John, this is a different letter he wants.
Janice, we
Yeah.
have a lot of those roads right in our municipality. That are municipal roads and we're using them. Right?
Well, maybe that happened 100 years ago, but that's
But this
not the
happened
case for
100
this
years
road.
ago as well.
Well,
That's when that road was put in there.
but that, if those roads are being used to this day, that's different than something that abandoned 100 years ago. I'm not gonna argue with you, Stanley, if John has changed his mind about
It
a
was
different
never
letter.
abandoned, Janice. Never.
I don't mean abandoned. In my opinion, that has never been a township road in deed. In a deed that says we owned it. Is that a fact?
Nobody said you owned it. All I'm saying, Janice, is we have roads right within this municipality that even we don't own yet.
Okay, that's fine, and that's your opinion.
That's
I'm
it.
saying that this is a different letter, John. He will now wants us to say that that road was, okay, tell him again, tell, Ted, would you,
Is on the municipal map. Chip Road.
okay,
And
did you
that's
hear
the
what he
map
said?
That's the map he brought in and showed us that.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I heard, but I can't see anything wrong with the follow up letter, at least he knows that. People
No.
should feel he should be let through, and
Okay, so the
Letter.
follow-up letter is a different letter, John, than what we gave him. Totally different. It's not a follow-up, it's a letter stating that it was on a map and it was a township road? Is that what it is, Ted?
Yeah.
That was never, in my opinion, a township road.
He's saying.
No, I don't think he was saying it was. a
No, I don't
township
think he was
road.
calling the township road, he was calling a road that was used.
On the township, but it is on a township map, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he wants us to state that we own it. in my-
no,
No, I don't
He's
get
not
it.
He's
stating,
never asked me, he's never mentioned
Absolutely
that.
not.
Okay, so John, you understand then that it's just saying that it's on a map somewhere, a township map, that it was a road, and he wants the municipality to recognize that. Are you okay with that?
but he wants it,
That's
it was
totally
used,
different.
it wasn't used, it's not called the township road, but it was used. Like, he told me the only part the township ever used was when he got gravel on that same road into his dad's pit.
Okay,
He wasn't calling the township road down to where he owns. He just says he'd like a follow-up letter to see if it would help. Anything would help. Like, you own a piece of land, I know he's desperate. When you own a piece of land, I don't care what anybody says. If you own land, you can't get to it, you're desperate. I don't care what anybody says.
so Ted has explained what he wants. So you have to, okay, and now I'm assuming, Stanley, that you and Ted and Brian are saying that you want to give him this new letter? Okay. All right, so John, it's up to you. Do you want to give him a different letter?
Yeah, but I'd say you should get a letter, some support.
Okay, well then it's carried. You guys give him his letter. I will not sign it. So you'll have to instruct the CAO. You've opened the door, ladies and gentlemen, that you will regret. Okay, any other business? New or old? Anybody new or old?
I'm looking at this, green thing here. It's,
Yeah, well, we've got the date for it.
I know, but I'm saying council in reference to the abandoned Baptist cemetery.
Yeah,
We went through that years ago.
now they wanna,
No, but it's not, I don't think it belongs to the Baptist church.
no, it was down, we
I
are,
know they call it Baptist.
well, they just
It
wanted,
was Pentecostal or something way back.
okay, but I think they just wanted to, so that we understand which
Oh,
one it
okay.
is. They just used it as a reference,
Okay.
okay, and then we're,
Pardon?
Where is that?
it's, I guess, near the golf course.
On Wildlife Road.
That's not that
Out here.
No, Wildlife Road, oh, okay,
Just up there.
going to Terry Corbett's, gotcha,
Right beside Santa's Hunters.
yeah, that's right. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, anybody else have any other new or old business? Okay, then I'd ask for a motion. I want to thank, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you, for joining us this evening. We are going to go in, camera, it shouldn't be too long, and then we're going to just come out. And if there's any direction, motions made, yeah, if there's any motions made, of course, they're done, outside of that meeting. So if you want to join us after, we will come live after we're done being camera. And again, thank you for joining us. So also first reading short, please.
Bylaw 32/2021.
Any comments? Second reading council short, please.
Bylaw 32/2021.
Discussion, any motion for third, please?
Moved by Brian Kowski, second by Ted Brown, motion for third reading of bylaw 32/2021.
All those in favor? Carried. Third reading council short, please.
Bylaw 32/2021.
Okay, and then the famous motion, please.
Moved by Debbie Kapinski, second by Ted Brown, motion to adjourn the meeting held on September 7th, 2021, for the township of Philip.
All those in favor? Carried. Thanks, guys.